Okay, so platform. Now I'm gonna just give a little disclaimer here. My grandkids are here, so if my grandson pops in all of a sudden, I'm just gonna keep going. Just ignore him. He's fine. My husband will come and grab him at some point, so not to worry. He sometimes likes to find a quiet place. So let's get going here. So, platform to use. The biggest thing that we need to know is where does our ideal client hang out? Decide, if you're kind of asking yourself all these questions and depending on what the answers are, that's probably where your main space is going to be. So, are your posts more text-based or photo-based? Are you looking for new followers or are you just taking care of a community? Is your business business to business or so specifically for other business people? Like mine is a networking business. So my ideal client or ideal audience is going to be really another somewhere else where business people hang out. What age group are we talking to? And where would your ideal client go to look for you? So like everything else, the type of business and who your ideal client is will determine which platform will be best for you. So we'll start with Facebook. It's kind of I think it seems to me it's pretty much the most common one and pretty easy to use for business. It's for ages 25 and up. Um, the thing that I like about Facebook is on your business page, there's lots of room for information, descriptions. You can really delve into what your business is and why it is, and what's unique about your business. There's lots of room there for you to share in a space that is like always kind of stays up at the top. So it's not just a post that eventually is, way down. You can also pin things, which is great. So if you do have a post that's maybe a video that's a welcome or something like that, you can pin it up to the top, and that just makes it a lot easier when people come to your business page. They can get a really, really good sense of who you are right from there. Um, you can just have text posts if you want. You don't have to have a um, a picture with it or a graphic. You can do stories, you can do reels, and you can do lives. Um, it's easy to create your business pages and your business groups and also events. And the thing about the events, sometimes people will create an event in their group. If you have a private group and you create an event in there, you'll only be able to invite the people in your group, which is fine if that's what you plan on doing. But if it's an open to public kind of an event, then you're really going to want to do it from your business page. And then that way anybody can invite and it's open for people to invite. And then it's not just from your personal profile. And it's a great place when you're using a groups to really take care of your community. Oops, sorry. Um, so Instagram, it's usually a younger demographic. It's very visual based. So your posts are, kind of it can be text on a background, but it's basically a graphic that you're going to create or a photo. And then when they click on that photo, then they can open up the caption part, but they don't see the caption unless they actually open that photo. So in this one, your photos have to be um, so good that someone wants to click on them. They want to know more about what you're doing. And there's very little room on Instagram for a business description on your business profile. So you've got a limited space, and it's a little bit harder to really show who you are in it. You can still do stories, reels, and lives. Um, it really grew, and a lot of people, when Instagram first came out and they jumped on and they were amazed how many followers all of a sudden they got. Here we all are with Facebook working so hard to get more followers, and then you jumped on Instagram and boom, 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 you had like, 400 followers before you knew it. And that's really slowed down now. So they've changed algorithms again with it. So again, just like Facebook, not everybody is seeing your Instagram posts. It can also be used for caring for your community. You can also have video in there, and it's really good for grabbing attention with visual posts. If you have posts that are very eye-catching, or a page that's very eye-catching, but still there's got to be something about it that's even going to draw someone to you. The nice thing with Instagram, I think, is, well, the hard part is, and maybe, and I could be wrong about this, but when I'm on there, um, I'm searching for a name that I know that I want to follow. So for me, because of the business that I have, I get cards at every single meeting, and then what I like to do is go use that card and then find them on Instagram or Facebook and follow or like them, um, so that I have a connection with them there. And I'm not creeping you. I'm just it's called networking. In LinkedIn. So this is more a business to business connection. It's much more business orientated and less of a consumer platform, but better for referrals and possibly for collaborations, because you will find other business women there. So this is a place that I can utilize. We can do groups on there. I haven't quite figured it completely out, and I haven't quite figured out how to utilize my profile and my page to its utmost. But I know that there's a lot of, you know, uh, there's a lot better chance that I can find other business women on that group, and they're more professional business women. It's used for looking for jobs and can also be useful if you're looking for contractors or contract work. And if your ideal client is a business owner or a business person, then they'll likely be there. That seems to be where a lot of them hang out. One of the things I have noticed with LinkedIn, though, is you still get a lot of sort of spammy stuff with people sending you notes and whatnot. But I guess that's just the way it is now. The next one is Pinterest. So, Pinterest is one I have not really utilized for business, but I have heard good things about it. It again is sort of a visual um, grabber. You use the photos as people are, do a search for, let's say, if they want to know floral arrangements, or they want to know makeup, or they want to know how to do something, they're going to search that. So the thing with this one is, they're not really looking for brands, they're looking for information. So it's image based. You're going to have the picture of what you do so that it will attract attention. The biggest audience in a segment in Pinterest is women aged 25 to 34. The second largest, I think, is from 35 and up. So it's a great tool for sharing. A lot of people use it for sharing recipes and how-tos and tips. Users are not necessarily looking for a particular brand. As I said, users are looking for new ideas. So if you let's say you sell a hair product or cosmetic product or something like that, if you're um, doing a lot of tips with graphics, and you can outline some tips and things for them to follow, then that might really work for you. If you are a handmade crafter, then that would really work for you. If you're a landscaper, that would probably really work for you. All kinds of things. So kind of things where you're building or creating things. If you are, um, you work in Canva and you're creating templates or mock-ups, that would be a great place for you as well. Anything where you can kind of grab the attention and then you have the ability to kind of walk them through how to do it. And this is a great one because you're there and they're just looking for different things. They're not looking for anybody specifically. You can actually gain followers on here because you can grab attention. They come and they look at what you have and what you do, and they may decide, hey, and this is one of the things that you're going to do in a lot of these posts is if you're going to have one main space where you do most of your business. And so in all of your posts, you're going to want to put a call to action that you and bring them back to that. For me, it would be my Facebook group. So wherever I post, I want everybody coming back to my Facebook group and joining that so then we can support as a community. YouTube. So this is another one. So 54% of marketers are using YouTube. It's used for how-to videos. So not so much the graphics. What they'll do is they have a thumbprint that is the thumbprint that they choose that showcases their video. So it's not just the still of part of your video with the triangle in it. It's an actual um, thumbprint that they've created, which looks a lot more professional, a lot more nice. So the largest demographic are people 25 to 34, second largest, again, 35 to 44. Videos are available all the time, so they can be rewatched easily. So people can subscribe to your channel. You can create public videos. You can create private videos. You can create unlisted videos that just you can use and share when you choose to, or that are only available by a particular link that you share with someone privately. The public ones are there all the time, so they can go back and rewatch something if it's a how-to on, say, how to use Canva or how to do Reels or whatever. You can easily go back and watch it again when you're, because sometimes, a lot of times, I will watch something, I think, oh, what a great idea. Yes, I'll get around to doing that. And when I get around to doing it, I completely forgot what they told me to do. So now I have to go back and rewatch it as I'm actually creating something. It's another great platform for gaining more followers because they're searching for content, not particular brand. TikTok. So now I'm hearing TikTok is having some issues because it's, for whatever political reasons, which I don't want to get into. So it may be around for a while longer. It may not. It was kind of just blew up. And so it can be, it's another one that's video based, just much like our Reels. It's entertainment based. You can use this platform to gain attention and then steer them back to where you care for your community once they become a member of your community. And so if you're doing something, well, this can be, people are so creative. It amazes me what people will do, but there's a lot of creative options, a lot of things that you can do on TikTok to gain attention. And if you can create something that goes viral, then you're laughing because then all of a sudden you're really, reeling in the followers. So we don't know how long it's going to be around, but certainly utilize it if it is a place where your ideal client is and is, speaks to you in a way that is authentic to you and speaks to you in a way that you think that it will really bring people in, then absolutely go for it. X. So X is formerly known as Twitter. It was used for brand watch. I'll have to be honest with this. Like, there's X, and then they started Threads on Instagram, and I don't get it. This is one that I don't really, I don't see the value in it for me, I guess. So I haven't taken time into really learning it. And possibly there is a value. I can't say, and maybe someone else can comment and let us know what the value is and if they are using it for their business and how they use it for their business. It's just not one that I've been super connected with. And I think possibly is because it's more just a text, little text messages, and there aren't cute pictures to look at or things like that, right? So it's a little less um, visual, but and it's also used more. I think it's used more for, well, a lot of people follow uh, their favorite actor or actress, and so they're watching for brands. It's more of a brand watching type of thing. Uh, it's more popular with men and mostly people from 18 to 34. So just depending on what your demographic is, your ideal client, um, that's what that one is. So how are you going to choose? So, I mean, that's not even all of them. There's so many. I'm just picking the kind of the top ones that we know about really, really well. There's other ones that are trying to kind of take on some of Facebook's um, clients, but they're, I don't know how they can beat that giant, but maybe they will. Who knows? So how do we choose? So what you need to really ask yourself is, what platform is your ideal client using? So knowing the demographic of who is using each different platform, who is your ideal client? Is it a woman? Is it a man? And what age group are they? Are they the type of person that's looking for something, that kind of jumps out at them? Are they more business orientated where LinkedIn might be better, or they want something that's, a pretty picture. So Instagram or Pinterest could really work for you. And even if Facebook is a business, is where you do business, you can use other platforms to gain attention and direct them back to your Facebook page, group, or your website. So make sure that when you are posting, if you do choose to use Facebook as your primary business space, then, don't be afraid to use the others to grab followers, because sometimes Facebook can be a little hard to find followers anymore because our stuff is not getting shot out into the cyberspace as much as it used to be, and especially in our groups, because most of us have a private group, because what we do, it needs to be private, and so that stuff barely even goes to the people in the groups, let alone, and it's definitely got not going anywhere else. So our business page is really the only place we can share with the public, and even that is, you have to like start getting engagement on it and for it to be shared very widely. So sometimes some of these other platforms are a great place for you to gain attention, and once you've gained that attention, then foster that relationship and bring them down back over to your Facebook group. Direct them to your website if that's where you do your business. um, and so some of the other questions you need to ask yourself are you a better writer? Or maybe if you're a better writer, then you're going to use ones that you can use more text posts in, rather than more visual. If you're not really into creating graphics and things like that, but you can write beautifully and draw people in, then maybe that's something you're going to use. Are you better at speaking directly? So then use the ones where you have the opportunity to use video and reels, and then you can speak directly into your camera to your ideal client, and they know who they're speaking to. Each platform may have a different purpose for you. So are you taking care of your community, or are you looking for more followers? So each one there's just a different purpose behind it. So some of them are much better for maintaining a community, providing information, providing um, some entertainment, some encouragement, some inspiration, some motivation, tips and tricks, and sharing your sales and all of that kind of thing. Whereas other ones are, they're a little harder to really care for your community in, but they're just more visual, better for gaining your followers. So think about that. What is your purpose when you're on Facebook, when you're doing your posts? What is the purpose of that post? Is it to encourage more followers, or is it to take care of your community? And then you're going to post those posts accordingly.